Good morning, everyone. My name is Nick Ciccone, Training Director for LiUNA Local 837. It is my pleasure to welcome you all today. I'd also like to acknowledge Victoria Mancinelli, LiUNA Director of Public Relations, Nathan Bergstrand, Business Manager of UA Local 67, Kyle Seabach, Conservative Candidate in Dufferin-Caledon, Ned Kirk, Hamilton East Stony Creek, and Dean Allison, MP Niagara West. Thank you all for being here today. We are honored to have a very special guest here with us today, someone who has shown continued support for our work and our members. Mr. Poilievre joined us here at the training center back in November, and we are truly grateful to have him return today. His presence speaks volumes about his commitment to skilled trades and the hardworking people who drive our economy forward. Mr. Poilievre is here today to share an important announcement that will put workers first as we work together to build a stronger Canada. So without further ado, please join me in giving a warm welcome to Mr. Pierre Poilievre.
Thank you, Nick. Really appreciate it. Way to go, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Nick. And it's great to be back here at this wonderful LiUNA Local. I think your son gave me a card last time I was here. A very special visit. And please give my best to your father, Joe, Victoria. I know that he's on the road today, but we've been texting throughout the day. Thanks to Anthony and the entire family for all that you've done to fight for workers, to train workers, to protect workers, and to give them the best pensions imaginable. An incredible, I think it's the biggest, is it not, LiUNA not the biggest local, this particular local, or the entire LiUNA is probably one of the biggest in North America, in all of North America. Wow, 80,000 in Ontario? In Ontario? 100,000, incredible numbers, wow. And Ned Kirk, who is a great businessman and a future member of Parliament in Stony Creek, is here. We've got Dean Allison from Niagara West, also another great businessman serving as member of Parliament. And we have Kyle Seabach, our Shadow Minister of Labour, who's been fighting hard for unions and workers ever since he got this role. And we're very honored to be here. Thank you also to Nathan Bergstrand, who fights for the pipe fitters and many other trades across the country. He's been a great supporter and ally of workers, and I'm thankful for his support as well. But most of all, thanks to all the young apprentices and workers, the journeymen who are providing them with training. This is where we give people the skills they're going to need to literally build our country. We need, as I always like to say, more boots, not more suits in this country to build the homes, the pipelines, the mines, the LNG plants, the export terminals that will bring our goods to market and make us less dependent on the Americans. After the lost Liberal decade of rising crime and costs, we can't afford a fourth term. We need a change in government with a new Conservative team that will axe taxes, green light home building, resources, train up 350,000 young apprentices and workers to strengthen our economy against the American threat. That's what change is all about. And it starts with LiUNA. I always love to tell the story. You might be tired of hearing it, but it's my favorite story about LiUNA. I was in the basement of my friend's parents. They're an Italian family, an old Italian couple, the Grecos, in near Preston Street in Ottawa, the Italian, Little Italy. And his parents didn't speak any English. They lived here for 50 years, came in the 70s. And the father, Albino, was a member of the LiUNA Local in Ottawa. And I didn't know what LiUNA was at the time. There was a plaque on the wall. It said LiUNA. And he was retired. And I asked through his son what that was. And he pointed up at it, and he only knew one English word. He said, pension. So that's my pension. He got off the boat. LiUNA took him by the hand and said, this is your job, and this is your paycheck, and this is your future. And he was able to buy a house and pay it off in 7 years. Can you imagine that today? In downtown Ottawa, paid off a house in 7 years. Now his grandkids, who will have university educations and have 3 generations here in Canada, they wouldn't be able to even save up a down payment for a house in 7 years. They probably would never be able to afford the same home, just to show how badly things have gone in the wrong direction. We can turn that around, though. We can restore the Canadian promise, and that's actually why I'm running. I want to bring back the promise that anyone from anywhere can achieve anything, that hard work gets you a great life in a beautiful home, on a safe street under our proud flag. C'est ça le but des conservateurs pour le changement, c'est de ramener la promesse du Canada, que chacun qui travaille fort peut avoir une belle vie dans une maison abordable sur une rue sécuritaire. C'est ça la promesse du Canada qu'on va rétablir avec un changement au Canada. But it's going to take common sense policies to train up our workforce. Right now, too much of government, not enough of the government support for education goes to blue-collar trades education, like training halls. And that's why I have announced that I will increase the support for the UTIP program by tenfold. We will fund union halls to train 350,000 young people in the trades over the next 5 years. Thank you. And we're going to bring back the $4,000 apprenticeship grant the Liberals recently canceled, so that our young people can afford a chance to go and join an apprenticeship even if they're starting off from scratch with nothing in the bank. We're going to increase the ease and the simplicity of the EI support so that there's income coming in quickly, without wait and without bureaucracy for the young people who are training in these halls. We're going to bring in the Tax Fairness for Traveling Trades Workers Act. You should be able to write off the full cost of your food, transportation, and accommodation to go from one job site to another. We know that can cost a fortune. We also don't want you to have to waste time redoing the same courses over and over again. A lot of workers go from one province to another, and they have to do the whole health and safety program. Again, it takes like 3 or 4 days. It's unpaid, so you get 4 days unpaid doing the same health and safety course you did in another province, just to tick the box. Of course, that doesn't add any safety. What we should do is just set up, get everyone together, set up one health and safety training program, and recognize it right across the country. So if you're going from sort of Timmins to Fort Mac or out to the offshore in Newfoundland, you don't have to waste 4 days doing a course you've already done. So we're going to harmonize and simplify right across the country. I've also announced I'm going to be giving a big, beautiful present to every high school principal. It's going to be a massive box. It's going to be about as tall as Ned. And it's going to be about this distance across. Inside this massive box is going to be a module for every licensed trade, so that their kids can start at age 14 or 15 doing pre-apprenticeships, and maybe even starting to get some of their apprenticeship hours in partnership with union locals in the area. So the principal can say, well, you know, in our area we need pipe fitters, in our area we need mechanics. We're going to pull out those modules and get some of our kids started on these programs well before they even get their high school diploma, and hopefully they can be red sealed 2 years earlier than they would otherwise be. Let's get the training going now. But we also have to bring fairness to savings. Right now, folks are putting money in RESPs for their kids. And then their kids try to go and use those RESPs for the trades, and the banks won't let them. The banks are only allowing it for university and traditional college programs. That's not fair, and that's why I'm here today to announce that Conservatives will require all banks and financial institutions to recognize trades programs and apprenticeships as eligible RESP programs, and ensure all the expenses related to these programs are eligible for educational assistance payments. So, yeah. And we're going to continue to partner with all of you. With our massive expansion of the UTIP program will mean training halls like this will have more funds for capital, for operations, for equipment, for land, whatever it takes to get it built. We'll increase the eligibility up to 75%. We'll also work with all of you to make sure that this is a success. We're going to back union rights, stand up for the rights of unions to represent their workers, and keep our workers safe, well-paid, and employed. In this difficult economic environment, we need strong unions fighting for workers' wages and benefits. and we will always be an ally of LiUNA, of the United Association, and every other trade union and union that's out there fighting for the rights of workers. And our shared goal, of course, is to restore Canada's promise so everyone who works hard gets a great life in an affordable home on a safe street, protected under our proud flag. That's our mission. That's our goal. Let's bring it home. Merci beaucoup. Thank you.